Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force here today on Friday morning. Yes, this is a little bit earlier than I would normally do my Friday video, and that's because later on today, I don't know if I'm going to be around for once for blogs with Boilon, so we're getting something in a little bit early, but there's going to be some stuff in this video which is going to contain, I would say, a lot of things that are going to show up on the blog later on, and we're going to be previewing this a little bit early. First thing, I do want to say happy post-Halloween. Hopefully you guys all had a safe one, whether you did something yourself, some partying, or, maybe you did some family stuff as well. Hopefully everyone had a great time. And one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about is, well, that I was almost expecting that because of how things have been going with Zombie Scarlet Witch, that, maybe we would have got like a free claim on Halloween for like 10 free shards. But, I guess that's a bit too much to ask for. That being said, I'm actually doing this is my alt account. I'm doing, for some reason, really, really well on this account. I actually managed to pull a 16 shard drop, which I know is insane because that's like 5 orbs worth of estimated value, I suppose, in one orb. And so I might actually, because I did that, I might actually unlock her through this. But there's some other things that I'm here to talk about with you, and that is that there is actually going to be an upcoming event for Scarlet Witch Zombie, which has been revealed inside of some updated data mines that I want to share with you. So the reason why I'm bringing this up early is because as a result of this, I'm actually going to be scaling back my coring a little bit for Scarlet Witch Zombie. I was doing a little bit more, but I think now that I've heard that there is going to be an additional method, and we did kind of see that on the Friday blog from last week, it just wasn't really clear exactly what that was going to be. So it does turn out that there is going to be something else. We are going to talk about that, so let's boil this down. But before we do get to the data mines, this is an old blast from the past screen grab here from 2 years ago, I think, from Zombie Iron Man. The only reason why I brought that up is because there was actually a free claim Friday 2 years ago for Zombie Iron Man that gave 10 shards. So fingers crossed that there might, it might still happen, maybe later on today, that they're willing to give away some free zombie Scarlet Witch shards. I don't know if they did this for Zombie Juggernaut, but what I do know is that they did something afterwards because they understood that the event was not too hard, but it's just like it wasn't generous enough. So I want to just repeat this really quickly. This is from last year, a couple days post Halloween, about Zombie Juggernaut. Basically, based on this feedback, clear the players have found this event more difficult, aka the milestones were crap, and like the how you got to the milestones, because the Zombie Juggernaut event the first time around, it actually contained Zug shards within the milestone itself. This time we don't, with Overwhelming Hunger, which is why it appears, that this release is a lot more garbage. They did end up giving away 5 additional viral orbs, which was containing the Zombie Juggernaut shards, and it had a minimum drop of 4, so that's like 20 shards minimum right there. Some additional energy to farm the campaign, to get the fragments, power cores, and some other stuff related to the event. And then they also had some other things. We feel the need to mention that one specific comment struck a chord with the team. Halloween is supposed to be fun. Every year we do a player appreciation event in November to show our thanks to you. Good God, I don't know what this is going to look like this year, if that's what they're doing, if they're going to do that again. But we haven't made Halloween fun, and this is something we plan to change. For now, we want to apologize for the issues with the event, and that is that this is coming a day late, but here are some more treats. So it was the 5 shards plus 20 Zombie Juggernaut shards. So that's a total of 40 minimum Zombie Juggernaut shards. There was some gold orbs and some blue 5 ions. At this point, if they did something like this, it would have to be like purple related stuff, right? And some red gear or something like that, and some shards. If they do that, these treats will be sent via blah, 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 blah. So maybe, or the new information about the upcoming event is basically them, kind of correcting their fuck up and, understanding that not a lot of people are going to unlock Zombie Scarlet Witch without something additional. And I think that's really important to understand, because the EV, or the estimated value of the Zombie Scarlet Witch orb, is 3.55. You would have had to open, on average, right? Not some people get better, some people get worse. On average, 13 orbs in order to unlock Scarlet Witch. Which is a fair bit. You know, in terms of the coring, if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere in the realm of like 250, I think maybe 300 cores a day, something like that. You know, at a bare minimum to get 13 orbs over the course of the 10 or 11 days that the event was ongoing. So, you know, it's not great for everyone, especially when we're having all sorts of other ways to use our cores too, right? And so, mm, this one has been a little bit more challenging than other ones in the past. So I do want to bring your attention to the updated data mines that I was talking about so we can kind of see what's going on. So I'm going to flip over to my data mines. All right, and so we're over here now, and this is my data mine section, and we have a new update for the Astral Voyage milestone. Now, the Astral Voyage event is the one that's going to be going out on Monday, and there has been a slight change to the text of the Astral Voyage milestone event in the inbox messaging. And if you read it here, Commander, gain progress in this event by spending campaign energy. So this is a campaign energy spending event. We talked about that in one of my other videos that I did during maybe last week or something, whenever I did the data mines video. To earn voyage orb fragments, which is going to, this stuff is going to contain red gear. That's what it said. Using the Undying team in war, and the points is going to be associated with yellow stars for Undying this time around. Completing the Stellar Conquest web milestone and daily web free claims. Blah blah blah. Earn rewards including Scarlet Witch zombie shards, Crimson Biogear, T3 ISO 8. There's going to be the turkey stuff starting up soon with the turkey store. I talked about that in other videos. This is going to be the first time there's going to be two, what appears to be two simultaneous event stores running at the same time, because we're still going to have the candy store running for people who are still wanting to collect shards for Captain Britain. So that part's going to be interesting. And so I don't know how many shards that they're going to be giving away for Scarlet. I was combining words there. Scarlet Zombie Witch. Well, Zwitch is getting so long. Anyways, you know, hopefully it's decent, right? You know, it's a 45 shard unlock, but there's also a part in Battleworld where you do need a 3-star zombie Scarlet Witch in order to send for Spec Ops. There is actually a couple places to use zombie Scarlet Witch and Spec Ops, but there is a section at least for 3 yellow. And so I'm hoping that in combination with the orb fragments that we're farming right now in the event, and with this event on Monday, that maybe the free to play can scrap together a 3-star. Maybe there's 50 shards in this event. Like that would be fine, I think, because that would get a barrier unlock, right? If you had really shitty luck with these one shard drop orbs, which honestly I think is disgusting. The fact that it's a minimum drop of 1. At least the zombie Juggernaut orb had a minimum drop of 4. And even though the EV of the orb is like 3.55, realistically, some people could just get a whole bunch of 1s. And that doesn't feel good. So, you know, hopefully there's at least 50 shards, which in combination with the orbs will get you maybe to a 3-star. Or if you've been coring a little bit more. The whole point of why I'm kind of bringing this up, though, is so that people can decide whether they want to continue coring for this now, or if they want to stop and just kind of wait for this event to see what happens. Or, you know, on the Friday blog post, later on today, right, there's going to be a table which will show how many shards of Zombie Scarlet Witch is going to come. I don't have that information to share with you. I think that it's going to be somewhere around 50 shards, something like that. But again, I would wait to kind of double check on that when it is available there. And again, I wanted to point out that the points for this is earned Voyager orb fragments. There was a call out for the points about winning or losing in Battleworld, and I think that still very well could happen because we do know that Battleworld is starting on Monday as well. And then there's also points for battling in war with Undying, but bonus points to 5, 6, 7 yellow Zombie, Iron Man, Juggernaut, and Scarlet Witch, which obviously is probably not going to happen. That's probably like a crap ton of points, but you still be able to get some points if you do have 5+ on the other 2 characters. And it does seem that you get oh my god, base points for just Undying, but there is no bonus points for Yellow Stars and Hela. So, fortunately, no bonus points there. Now, there is a second part of the data mines that I do want to share with you, and this is related more to Battleworld, but it's also related to farmability going forward. And I think this one's pretty interesting. This one's an inbox message. Commander, Hank, Pym, character shards are now available in the Battleworld store for Battleworld credits. Now, most likely this is going to be an inbox message sent from Monday, because it's talking as if it's already in the Battleworld store, which does launch, or the mode launches on Monday, right? Black Panther Shuri replaces Guardian as the featured character in the Spotlight Raid Orb, with a guaranteed drop rate of 5 shards. Okay, so that's interesting because in the photos, it actually did not show, the ones from the live stream did not actually show Black Panther Shuri in here at all. It just showed Hank Pym. They refreshed it again, and there was Gladiator. So that kind of explains why that didn't happen a little bit, because it turns out that she's actually going to be in the Spotlight Orb instead. Guardian is going to be available in Campaign Mission Hard 7-9, replacing Darkhawk. So this was told to us in one of the former blogs, and then Darkhawk's going to be moved to the Blitz store. At a later date, BP Shuri will be replaced by Gladiator in the Spotlight Raid Orb, and Black Panther Shuri will be available in the Raid store and the Raid Orb for Raid credits. So this is pretty interesting as well. There's also a second part of the inbox messages here, I guess, or a continuation. And it says Commander, Gladiator, Gore, and Thanos Endgame has been added. So the bumps, right? We kind of knew this was happening. So this is actually happening next week, which is fine. The supply section of the Ultra and the main store. I mean, I don't like how slow that they're kind of dragging this on, but nonetheless, here it is. It's finally coming. And so if you do want to recycle Ultimus orbs into getting more shards for some of these characters a little bit early, however, keep in mind there is something featuring in the Battleworld store. They've removed these characters from the Mega Orb. Direct Red Star and Diamond promotions are available for Gladiator, Gore, and Thanos. This one's interesting because they previously said that the Diamond promotions were going to have exclusivity because they were available in leaderboards and other events. It appears that they're not doing that anymore, and that they're just making Red Stars and Diamonds available at the same time. They did them separately for a handful of other characters, so I thought that's what was going to happen for the Annihilators, but it appears not. Character shards for these characters are going to be available. Character shards for these characters are also temporarily featured in the battle. My square is blocking the way it seems, and I can't fix that because we're at the bottom of my data mine. So I'm gonna. There we go. Character shards for these characters are temporarily featured in the Battleworld store. They are available in 2 featured slots until these characters are officially fountained next month. So that would appear to coincide with what you see here, right? These two in the supplies in the Battleworld supply store here, and that they're rotating basically. But there's only 3 of them, right? So the chances of it being there is pretty high. There's only 2 slots, but there's 3 characters, so you're very likely to see them. And what's also interesting is that when the fountaining, yeah, they actually use that word in the inbox message. When the fountaining happens, Orchis characters will replace Annihilators in the featured slots. Thanos Endgame will move to the permanent character slot in the Battleworld store, which I guess is, where Hank Pym is, I suppose, or they're going to keep moving it, and have more characters in there. And Gladiator and Gore will move to other stores, which they have not explained yet. And then at the very bottom, because my frame's blocking, it says, check out these updates to the stores today. This sounds like an inbox message that's going to be going out on Monday because, of the kind of present text, I suppose, there with Hank Pym. So some pretty interesting stuff that's coming out our way. I also want to just, make sure that people are aware. I mentioned this in one of my other Battleworld update videos that I did on the live, the recap to the stream, that this is what's going on starting Monday for Battleworld. So all of us are going to be starting on difficulty 0 or D0 normal difficulty on week 1 starting on Monday. Week 2, the following Monday, we're going to be able to start at D1, D2, or D3. And then week 3, we could, assuming you get the points needed, you can go from D3 to D4. And then 2 weeks after that, D5. So it's going to be about 5 weeks for some of us who are playing at the top to be able to jump straight up to D5. But it's going to be, I guess they're doing this because they want us to learn the game mode a little bit. We're just going to be, for some of us who play towards the top of the game, it might be a little bit of an auto fest for the first couple of weeks. So do keep that in mind. But if you're new to this sort of game mode, it will at least give you some experience to understand the game mode a little bit better. I do also recommend you checking out my video, my ultimate guide with Big Positive Geek that I put out yesterday. It does contain the infographics as well, which are also on my Discord server too, for every single zone that's going to be upcoming on Monday. So get prepared. There's a lot of information out there. I know it's a bit hard to digest. Some people are just, doers instead of, looking at the visuals, but hopefully some of that helped as well. That's going to be the end of this video. Again, this is going to, that's going to be my pre-blog with Boilon's Friday. I think the only thing I'm missing really is the event tables at this point, but I'll be covering that on Sunday as usual with my event videos. So do keep an eye on that. I'm just probably not going to be around later today to be able to cover it properly, at least in a timely manner. So hopefully some of this helped you anyways. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Are you going to be saving your power cores now that you kind of know that something's around the bend for Zombie Scarlet Witch? Had you already stopped coring or cored, very little with Zombie Scarlet Witch? How have you felt about Halloween and her release? Let me know all that in the comments down below. And until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.